reminiscing over the past and the mistakes that have brought me to today, and believing that there may have been some I could have avoided and some I could not have avoided, but spending my time wisely and helping others make sure they don't make the same mistakes that I did, in order that I may find some closure and be able to shun the mistakes I made and turn that wasted time into something glorified for my students, for my peers, and all those around me that may benefit from the mistakes I made and not make them themselves, in order to set an example for the future generations that wish to go into IT or computer science, so they do not have the issue of no guidance like I had once upon a time.
Hey guys, hope you're all well. So today's video, I'm going to tell you guys those things which I wish I could have done if I was to restart my career and go back to zero again. Guys, the first thing I would recommend to any student that comes to me is, and the first thing that I wish I would have done was invest in a good laptop. Reason being is because a good laptop will make you feel like coding. A good laptop will make you feel like actually using it to get somewhere. Because the good thing is with good laptops is that things happen quickly and swiftly. And when I started coding, I had a laptop that would take me like 15 minutes to turn it on. I bought some old laptop and it wasn't very good. Then what I did was I bought an MSI laptop. An MSI laptop, the MSI laptop I had, it was okay for me, but it wasn't the best. Then I bought a MacBook Pro and I've never looked back ever since. For you guys, what you guys would need basically is an 8GB RAM, 256GB of SSD, and an i5 processor at least. That's what you guys would need. So guys, that's my first piece of advice. If I was to talk to my younger self, get a decent laptop. Because after I got a decent laptop, my life changed and I was able to do a lot more through coding. And I'm able to do a lot more. I was able to start teaching. I was able to start building proper software. I was able to take advantage of all the stuff around me because nothing ran slow anymore. Everything ran quickly. And so naturally, when things go quickly, you have more of a chance of doing it because you think it's not going to waste any of your time anymore. So that's the first point. The second most important advice that I wish I could have given my younger self is do not reinvent the wheel. If there is something already built in software, do not go and try to rebuild that thing. What to do is take that thing and make it better. So for example, in the beginning I thought, yeah, I'm going to be original and crazy with my ideas. I'm going to build websites. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I could have just used WordPress. If I used WordPress, I would have saved a lot more time and my clients would have been a lot happier. But what I tried doing was HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, this craziness, that craziness, that craziness, this craziness. Unfortunately, the craziness is not ending up getting me anywhere. So it was better to not reinvent the wheel, and it was better to just use what's out there and just make it better. Because what's the point of having the things out there if you're not just making them better? If I was to use them and make them better, I would be contributing rather than working to my disadvantage, like I was when I was just trying to learn everything myself. But on the other hand, learning everything myself set me up for understanding all the stuff that was there and not making mistakes like copying and replicating stuff that I didn't know anything about. So I didn't do too bad there. But what advice I would give to my younger self: do not reinvent the wheel. A third piece of advice I'd like to give you guys is research and then execute. Do not just execute without knowing anything. Just remember, guys, there might be 6 million developers out there working on the exact same thing you're working on. I'll give an example. So a couple of months ago, I was thinking, okay, I've got a website now. Should I build an entire courses platform myself? Then I remembered back to a few years ago when I had built this course website for somebody else, and I thought, you know what? There's already a pre-built solution made for what I want. Why don't I just use that and then make it better? At the end of the day, remember one thing: technology means absolutely nothing unless it's to automate a process. What does that mean? Technology means nothing unless it's to make my life easier, unless it's to do something for me. There is no point in me learning technology, wasting my time using it to no end, to get nowhere. It's a means at the end of the day. Its job is to help me provide value. I'm using a piece of technology to record this video, and the whole point of the video is to give you guys some sort of value and give you guys some sort of benefit. This technology is useless to me unless it can do that for me. Okay, so research and execute. Research the best thing on the market that is available to complete the action that you were trying to complete, and then you use that. I never used to do that. I used to think, you know what, I can make the best thing there is. Then I realized, no, because people a lot smarter than me, who have spent a lot more time in the world and who have spent a lot more time in technology, have made better things than me. So I just started using them and made them better. And thankfully, they saved me a lot more time, and I know how they're made as well because I have learnt the programming languages that work behind them. Another point I'd like to make to you guys is build actual projects and complete them. Don't do what I did. Don't build a project, get confused about it, stop doing it, and then not ever go back to it. I've only started doing that now, where I build actual projects and I do them to completion, because then you have a portfolio to show for you. You don't have a half finished project that is not completed and doesn't do anything for you, because at the end of the day, companies want to see a full done project. The only way we can actually create value, build value, and show value to people is if we actually finish projects. And that's what I'm teaching in my courses, and that's what I'm taking you students through, so you don't have to go through what I did and find multiple resources of half finished projects on YouTube and all sorts of places like that don't work for you. My final piece of advice to you guys, which I overlooked many times when I started studying, is stay up to date with technology. What I mean by that is don't read newspapers about technology, because I know you're not going to do that. Put your TikTok with technology, follow famous technologists on your TikTok account, follow famous technologists on your YouTube account. Stay up to date with this stuff, because you don't want to end up like in a situation that I ended up in recently, where I spent all my time building a piece of technology. Then I realized there's something better out there that I could have spent like a tenth of the time on, and it would have given me better results because it's already a made version of what I'm doing. I spent so much time researching how I can build this, designing it, all sorts of things, when I realized there's already something that does it. Or where I'm building something, I'm trying to design something, spending money on a designer, and then I realize there's a theme that does the exact same thing. What I'm not saying to choose the shortcut and take the easy way. What I'm saying is learn how to build things, and then learn how to delegate and make life easier for yourself by maybe delegating to somebody else to make life easier for yourself, or using a theme that does the exact same thing but making those things better that I need to be better. You wouldn't walk to someone's house when you can get a car to take you there. You're saving time, and you're saving you're saving time by jumping in the car. It doesn't make sense. The same way you wouldn't drive to another country, you take a flight. So if there's an easier way made that will save your time, you use that. You don't do what I did and start building things yourself and thinking, you know what, I know better than the other, because most of the time you don't. Guys, I hope you like this video. Like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon, and comment beneficial if you thought this video is beneficial for you. Thank you.